What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day, morning, evening, whatever time you're watching this. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Whattadud. I'm alongside my great co-hosts in Gabby and CJ. CJ, Gabby, how are we doing?
Well, I'm just lovely. And that one's actually true this time.
Ooh, nice.
I didn't have to fake that one.
I hope, Gabby, you never fake anything when we're together because, that would really crush me. It will crush my spirits unbelievably. But knowing that all our interactions have been authentic, true, and it's been good for her, it is good for me. So I'm ready to get this show started because today's show is going to be, what's a good word? Stupendous! But oh yeah, I'm also healthy, motivated, and moisturized, baby. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Moisturized.
All right. I like it. Well, listeners, you know how this show goes. I'm going to give them a dud or dandy question. So let's get into it. So, Gabby, I don't know how you're going to feel about this one. I don't know if you've seen it yet. But dud or dandy, the new Barbie trailer. Did you watch it?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss
Dud or
Margot.
dandy?
I wish I knew her middle name so I could call her out. When she stepped out of the shoes and she was still on her tippy toes, I screamed. I was like, I was so excited. I'm still not exactly sure what the movie is about, what it's gonna be about, but I saw a poster for it and it said she's everything and he's just Ken. So I think it's gonna be a little rom-com sort of thing. I don't know.
I watched the trailer and it was interesting. Ken said, "Hey Barbie." She said, "Hi Ken," and then she goes to another guy, and he says, "Hi Barbie," and she says, "Hi Ken," and I'm like, "Oh, so all their names are either Barbie or Ken," and that's cool. I like it. It's interesting.
But that's the thing. All the some Barbies have their own name, but most of them are just Barbies. So I'm excited. It looks like it's gonna be so cute. I can't wait. I'm gonna have to get me a little Barbie shirt or something.
For sure. So dandy then.
Oh yeah, dandy. Sorry,
it's all good.
You said something about Margot Robbie, and of course I'm gonna go off on a tangent.
I said nothing about Margot Robbie. She went on her own.
You said
rant.
something involving Margot Robbie.
Oh, come on, say you went on your own tangent about Margot Robbie here.
Well, I love her. I want to be her. I want to be friends with her.
Hey,
I just
it could happen.
I want to love her.
Angels in the outfield. It could happen.
Listen.
I'm here for it. Angels in the outfield.
It's ready for baseball season.
Hey, it could happen. CJ, dud or dandy, the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse trailer. Did you watch it?
I did not watch it actually, but I did hear a lot of the buzz online, and I think a lot of people are excited.
Okay.
And so if there's a lot of genuine excitement around the Spider-Man verse, apparently, I want to say that this is supposed to be between the two Spider-Mans. I think they reference a No Way Home in this trailer, if I'm not mistaken. So that seems really exciting, intriguing. Obviously, we know who the greatest Spider-Man of all time is.
Tom Holland!
That is false. And so I'm excited to see this Spider-Man movie that's hopefully not including Mr. Holland. So, yeah.
Well, did you at least see the Blue Beetle?
Yes, I did see Blue Beetle.
Okay, let's talk about that one then. So, dud or dandy, the Blue Beetle trailer.
Dude, that is just such a dandy because, I think this movie is going to rock. And I think it's been a long time coming for this. And I think that it's also with the representation that we're going to see in Blue Beetle. And I think it's going to be dope. And I think DC is going to start a run, man. I think they really are. I just don't know how much Blue Beetles are going to be. I don't know if it's a one-off thing. It's going to be its own world. I don't know how much is going to be a part of what James Gunn is building. But this Blue Beetle looks amazing. It looks hilarious. It looks like it's going to be action-packed. So, a dandy, my guy.
Good, because I definitely loved the trailer. At first, I was iffy on it because I was just like, okay, George Lopez is in it, which is great actor,
Jorge
great guy.
Lopez,
But it was just like weird seeing him like there.
with like long hair.
Yeah, and the nails are painted and everything. I was like,
he's a fool.
all right. I'm like, he's full blood into it. I like it. But yeah, Blue Beetle, I think it's gonna be an awesome movie as well. Barbie, I think I'll go watch Barbie, see what it's about, see Margot Robbie, see what I cannot remember his actual name, but the guy that played in Shang-Chi, see what he's all about, because I heard that he can actually sing and dance. So
where's he? You need to get more musicals coming out. So I need all these people that can sing and dance to get something going for me.
I'm ready for that Joker 2 movie to come out. I don't know.
Definitely. Actually, I don't think I'm that excited for it anymore. Like seeing the pictures kind of turned me off a little bit.
And I love Lady Gaga.
I don't know. Lady Gaga just didn't fit. I don't know. It just didn't look right.
Her outfit, yeah. At least the one that I saw, I was like, but I mean, I guess it is more serious. Like this Joker is more serious.
That's the thing, though. Like that's like her actual costume, like in comics. This one that y'all see in Margot Robbie was like, that's why people didn't like her at first, because it was like, this is not the perfect representation of her.
She acts
like her. She acts like her, but that outfit is not her. That is something we have never seen. Never.
I think it's perfect.
I do too.
Yeah, of course you guys do. Of course.
I love her. I even dressed up as her for Halloween because I love her so much. Not because I was trying to be cool, just because I wanted to be Margot Robbie.
Yeah, actually,
screw Harley Quinn. I just wanted to be Margot Robbie.
I don't think I saw those photo evidence of you dressing up as Margot. Just
for research purposes.
For sure. Yeah, of course.
Oh, brother.
There was something else I think that came out recently. Have you guys seen Dungeons and Dragons?
Bits and pieces.
I'm not gonna watch it.
I think I'm going to go see it. I think I'm going to go see it this weekend or so, maybe within the next 2 weeks.
Is it funny?
I heard it was really good. Like I think a lot of people were surprised how well it was received in theaters, and so a lot of people really liked it. And then also the Mario movie is out now, and that got like a bad like critic score. Like I think it was like a 48, right? But then the audience score gave it a 98.
Yeah. My boss went. He said he really liked it a lot.
Those are two movies I'm really excited to go see. And obviously everyone says John Wick 4 is like the best movie out this year. I still haven't seen 2, 3, or 4. So
I couldn't even tell you which one I saw last.
I'm ready to see Air.
I'm excited for that too. Yeah.
Really
so we got some movies out right now that's really exciting for like I think this year is going to be the best. It's going to be the best year in a while for movies because it's already got an action-packed first 4 months.
100%.
It's about time.
It is.
All right. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about Ted Lasso. Let me see.
Can I talk about Ted Lasso? Because I have so many thoughts, and I want to narrate this one.
Just give me 1 second. We're talking about Ted Lasso episode 3. That's what we're talking about. Ted Lasso.
Was it 451, right?
Yes, 451. Yes. Your boy Zaza is on the squad.
Zava.
Okay. Not Zaza. I'm thinking of Zaza Pachulia.
Yeah.
Zava.
Or I mean, there's also Zaza who plays for Crystal Palace.
Really?
Yeah.
All I know is from here on out, y'all better call me Van Dyke. You'll get it later.
Like Dick Van Dyke, or like
you'll get it
Mary
later.
Poppins?
You'll get it later.
Okay. Speaking of popping, so this episode 3, 451 title of Ted Lasso season 3, the last season, unfortunately. But this episode sets up so many storylines and plots, right? So this so many things you're like, what? Oh, right. So I think that's what makes this episode really exciting. We start off with, I forget this guy's name. One of the most side characters.
Colin. His name is Colin. Don't you ever disrespect Colin.
I'm not going to disrespect Colin, but he wasn't this. How much airtime did he get the last 2 seasons?
I don't know any of those
except for this season. No,
which is great, and I'm glad we're finally telling his story, right? And so Colin we can see him in bed. He had his hand in the print of where a person was at. And you're like, oh, okay. This man got him some last night. Is it Rebecca? Is it, what's the other? I'm blanking on people's name. Keely. Yeah, this is what you could possibly think. Who did he sleep with? And so he's like, goes to the kitchen, and then it's a man, a nice, cute gentleman, and they're like drinking, making coffee, and they're talking about, I made you coffee. Oh, I forgot your body's a temple. And he makes a funny joke of like, oh no, it's more like a church or like a school or something like that. But so then it's like, okay, and then he kisses him. It's like, oh, okay. This is cool. Like, like we didn't have any kind of characters like that, because like, I guess obviously there is that trope, and that's still pretty positive today. Like that there's probably not a lot of openly gay athletes out there. So like the fact that we're having this storyline is interesting, and we shall see how this develops. So next thing we go to the pitch here at AFC Richmond, and we are waiting for Zava. We're super excited. We're little schoolgirls. Like, oh my God, is he coming? Can't wait for him to get here. They actually are in the locker room, and they're talking about like looking at his like 3 locker thing or 4 locker thing with his name written out. It's like, this is really great. Obviously, Jamie is in his feelings. Talking about, I used to be the best player. You should really, talk about like you should really like be wary of him because of his attitude and how he's going to affect our team. And it's like, okay, like it's kind of hypocritical coming from you, but right. I get it. It's you're used to being the number 1 guy everywhere you go, and now you're not that guy anymore. And so he has to figure out. He's not that guy. And so they're waiting for Zava. He just doesn't show up. So they have to figure out, they just say, all right, we have to just, make him happy. So here's a thing too that I've noticed throughout this episode is every time they introduce Keely's friend, they're like, oh, right. So it's like a thing that people know is like, oh, we know all of her friends were like these like gold diggers or like cleat chasers, you can say, if that's an appropriate term. But like, or at least just like, it just seems to be a negative connotation. Like it happened multiple times. Every time she's like, oh, this is my friend. And everyone's just like, and that's someone I don't trust. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but like, I don't trust her. And so I think that's something to watch going forward.
This chick plotting.
Oh, she's plotting big time.
She's up to something and I don't like it.
Because y'all...
At first, I thought I was going to like her.
Wait.
No, I don't. Okay.
She plotting.
So...
She plotting.
Let's see where we at here. So...
you meet the friend and... Where is Zava? No, we haven't talked about Zava.
So they're going back to the office now. They're like talking about they're mad at Zava. Like, what is he at? Then also they walk into Rebecca's office and Zava's sitting in the boss's chair. And you're like, you got a bunch of cookie crumbs all over your desk, which is funny because she always nibbles on things that Ted makes her every day. And this is just like, ooh, what are you doing? But Zava just has this like charm to just win over everybody and just goes individually and just, loves up everybody, just fall for his charm. But Rebecca's like, fuck that. Fuck this guy. And so then we go to the locker room. Zava finally meets his teammates. And, he's like, their teammates are like, oh my gosh, Zava. And he's like, the most important person I want to recognize here is the Kit Man. And he's like, looks at Jamie. He's like, is it you? He's like, I was like, oh. And Zava's like, okay, so when I was 11 years old, I was a Kit Man, and I get how it is, like, how it is, and you're the most important person here. And he's like, I'm 25. Like, that sent me so hard because, like, dude's like old as shit. But, it's still like a novice job he cares about doing. And obviously, Jamie's not happy, seeing Zava, everyone, like, all over him and just loving him up. And so now we're like getting into the games, right? So obviously, like, Zava's really freaking good.
Wow. Hey, that was wow.
He is really good. So he's like doing these deep breathing exercises and everyone's joining in, and like he scored goals, hat tricks. But before the first game, this is one of the most heartbreaking things. Ted is already having anxiety about not being around his kid and just, not witness him growing up. When he want to wish his boy good luck for this game, this motherfucking Donald Trump head ass motherfucker want to answer the phone and just be like, "Oh, babe, I want to do this great. I love, pissing off telemarketers." And he's like, "Oh shit, it's Ted." And it's the freaking doctor that they saw for their marriage counselor. Yeah, this was Ted. I just love. He's just like, okay, but like, let me ask you this, guys: how fucked up is it to date your therapist for your marriage? Like, not even like, okay, it's one thing. It is fucked up. We already watched Shrinking, right? We kind of got a little baseline, but like, obviously, like, Jonathan, fuck your therapist is fucked up. But then it's like a whole nother level when it's a marriage counselor therapist that you're dating now.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I was Ted, I would not be able to show much class. Like, I would have been on the first flight back to whoop somebody's ass.
I don't even know, like, what I would do if that happened to me, because I feel like something would snap and then I would just be off the rails. Like, you were supposed to be helping me. You know all my secrets. You know everything that I did wrong. So, like,
so to speak, you tell me I was the problem, but didn't realize you just trying to say shit to make her to grease the wheels with her.
Yeah.
Like, how much was you actually? I would have got his license revoked or something. Right? I would have been causing hell.
Because I think Ted even said that he would. Didn't he even say that he was like always saying that he did the wrong things?
Right, I think so.
Is that another show?
I don't know. Maybe I don't remember him saying that. I remember he talking to the lady.
Yeah, like, he was kind of venting his feelings to his therapist.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why he didn't want to do therapy with hers, because
he got bad.
They were always
crazy.
But I also think Ted, like, I think he feels bad about it, but I also think he understands, like, it takes two. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he understands
that yet.
I'm an episode in front of you guys, so I have to, like, step back from it.
Gosh, Christian.
But I'm talking about this episode, like that episode specifically. I think like he was mad, but it was also like he understood like there's like another part of it. Like it's not just the therapist, like it's her too. So like, and I think like and I'm not saying anything from the newest episode or anything like that. It is just like I feel like he knew like he was doing things with Rebecca's friend. You know what I'm saying? He was doing things with Rebecca's friend. That
was only after the divorce.
Yeah, this man was in when they were married. Yeah,
right. He's been there for a minute. He's been planting seeds.
Yeah,
he was wait for them things to grow.
Like if it was a different man. Yeah, I feel like if it was a different guy, it wouldn't obviously it's gonna hurt him, just the idea that like his wife, is
with his child. He around his kid too.
Yeah, like
being the father for him
was a doctor essentially. Like, like this guy was supposed to be helping them. It's completely different. I feel like it's completely different.
No, I agree. Because it's like, even still,
like
even if it was a regular doctor.
But would we say the same thing if Jimmy's character from Shrinking would have dated the girl that pushed her boyfriend over the thing? Would we be seeing the same thing? Would you be on the side of the? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's wrong. Like you should not think your patients. But then we get that's the baseline, right? But then it's a whole level with the marriage counselor. So it's someone who's supposed to be the mediator to help you fix your problems with your spouse. And then he's like, because you don't know if he act like he can also blame him for why your marriage really started to fully crumble. Because she didn't love him anymore. Because maybe she fell in love with the therapist. Yeah. So then that's more feelings you gotta like process as well. Like obviously after he had that phone call, he was having a panic attack and like losing his mind, like not focused at all in the game until Zava scored. And I don't know, like obviously, like seeing the not facade that Ted is putting on, but his character as just always being a positive, go lucky person, to them really seeing like, no, like this shit is really starting to get to me and it's causing me emotional harm.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I'm sorry, I gotta close my blinds. My ADD is going crazy. Please hold. But I'm turning the camera off because I don't want the internet to see my little shorts.
Oh, wait, what about me?
I'm still here.
Off the air.
But so yeah, going forward, yeah. So obviously, like Zava scored. So now things are going good professionally, right? Like you got a guy, you got a stud, you got a number 10 truly who's scoring goals right now, and it's insane how good he is, right? And so they're doing well.
Yeah,
the
bro, they
team's on a
OD'd
winning
in
streak.
this show, bro. They OD'd, bro. They OD'd with him being that good. They OD'd.
But he is though. It's Zava.
He OD'd, bro.
You know who they based his character off of, right?
Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan.
That dude was nice though. Even when he came back to the
Manchester
MLS,
United.
it was just nasty. I was like, sheesh.
Zlatan.
He's like, I could score it in my sleep. Like, just a character. And I think it's really cool. So obviously, so they're excited. They're celebrating this win. So then meanwhile, we see Rebecca, right? So here's the Rebecca part, right? Love this. Rebecca is going to a sidekick that her mom recommended. She's like, so obviously, like she has issues with her mom, but like, you know, she still wanted to see if it's like, because her mom's so big into it, and see how good the psychic is. And you know, she's like, oh, you're just like your mother. She was a skeptic at first too. And she says she does a green matchbook means something to you. She's like, no, why would that mean something to me? And then she said something about some words or something like that. I can't remember what she said. And then it was also like about how she's going to be a mother. She's going to have a family. And so you're a sick person. Like, because obviously that's something that's like super like emotional for her. She was never able to, like she got left because she wasn't able to be able to provide that for her ex-husband. And so obviously that really struck a nerve with her. And so I was like, dang. But we did, like rewinding a bit, we kind of foreshadowed to this moment when Keely and Rebecca were talking, because she was like, oh, because now I'm late. And she didn't really like specify like it was like my, like, you know, her period, but it was more like thinking, oh, she might be late for a meeting or like to like something. But like I picked that up really quick, and I was like, oh, did my boy do it? Did my boy do it? But we shall see. We shall see as we continue to progress throughout this season. Also, so they had that. So she kind of barges out on her sidekick, and then we go to Sam, beautiful Sam.
Beautiful Sam.
He has a wrestling that he's been working on, and he's like, "Hey, you guys are all invited to my restaurant opening. We're still working on a couple things, but I'm super excited to go." Invites everybody, and I mean, a beautiful restaurant. The food looks delicious. They're all having a good time, and it's a smashing success. What was the guy's name again we talked about from earlier?
Colin.
Colin is there. All of a sudden, his boy toy shows up, because we're not sure exactly if they're like together or they just hooked up.
They're not.
Like,
they're like, because he even said, remember he was texting him? He was like, "It's you." Not saying he was clingy, but he was like, you know, like, I'll be back. Like, I'll be back when I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be like blowing up my, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think, he was like, when you come back,
he was like obsessed much or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah.
So
I don't think they're together, but I think Colin wants to.
Yeah. And so Colin's boy toy shows up to the party with him. He's like, "Oh, this is my wingman. This is how he introduced me to one of the best wingman." He makes a great joke. Everyone loves him. There's also a joke that Colin made too while they were hanging out. And he was like, "All right, guys, I guess I'll sleep with Zava." And it's like, now knowing like the more context of it, it's like, okay,
Well, you really want to. Yeah.
But so then everyone's having a good time, and then like they get ready to wrap up food, and Sam gives out these green matchbooks, and she's like, "Oh, well, heavens!" And it's like, oh, wait, maybe that psychic is really true. Like, you see Rebecca staring at Sam, who's with the chef, who's they're kind of having a good time. They've got a good relationship. Obviously, she's a little jealous, maybe because it's unethical for her to date one of her players, and so she's kind of like, she misses him, obviously, and so there's some signs there, and I don't think we kind of freaking Beard and his girl just get after it. Like always,
get off me!
And
you're
it's
clean.
like, you're getting too clingy.
Loved that. I thought that was so funny because I felt that. Like sometimes you like want that, but then there's that moment when you're like, okay, this is too much. I'm done now. Like I felt that so hard, my core, and then I was like, oh no,
I feel bad for him. I feel so bad for him. Yeah.
It's such a toxic relationship, but I love it. I'm here for it.
It's entertaining.
It's very entertaining. And then we see Rebecca's friend who also slept with Ted. She shows up ready to go, but then Ted's just like trauma dumping on her. So that was fun.
Yeah.
And you see Jamie and Roy have a moment together too in the restaurant about just like, hey, like he kind of opens up to Roy how, like I want to be the best, even though Zava's here, and then Roy offers to trade him. They're kind of getting close. So I kind of like the fact that they're coming full circle together and becoming buds. That's a really cool thing. And this episode wraps up with Trent, who's writing the book, leaves the party. And then he catches our boy out there making out with his boy toy in the hallway. And, like, you can't tell whether or not he's like, oh, I got a juicy story to like I'm gonna get them, or whether or not like he's processing, because obviously with he had to gain the trust of the team just to be there to write the book.
Yeah.
So like that could be a Easter egg or something we have to look to see how they're going to treat that going forward. And so that was the episode. I dug it. I'm excited for a lot of these little plot points that we got and how this is going to continue, how this is going to sprout, blossom. But Ted Lasso, man, just keeps doing it, especially when nothing else is on right now. So I'm kind of sad right now.
Can I just say that I'm mainly disappointed in the fact that you missed out on the best scene of this entire episode when they were discussing which favorite Julie Andrews character.
Oh, yes.
I was screaming. I even texted Christian. I was like, have you watched it yet? Because I was freaking out. I was like, not them literally talking about one of my favorite people. Oh, I was dying. And the fact that Roy Kent loves Maria from Sound of Music. Love it.
The way he changed character so fast, it was quite hilarious.
Yeah, and there was a lot of musical references in this episode. Like one of the songs playing in the background is Jesus Christ Superstar, which is a musical, but like the main theme. And I was like, what is going on right now? I was like, my brain was, I was so happy. I was like, this is the best episode ever. They're talking about Julie Andrews. They've got musical songs. That
was a good point in this show as well.
It was interesting because she texted me about it, and I was like asking if I seen it, and she was like, "There's a part that I like geeked out about, and you should know what it is." And I'm just watching, and I'm like, watching them have this conversation. And then I just hear Princess Diaries. It's like, oh, okay, I got to be that one because I don't know what else. I don't know anything else to this.
Julie Andrews, I feel like I've talked about her so many times that I thought you would get it right as soon as they were talking about Julie Andrews. But I guess I'll take Princess Diaries.
Like Princess Diaries. Gotta be it.
Princess Diaries, I did freak out about that because when he said, and then he goes, ooh, deep cut. And I was like, that's not even a deep cut for Julie Andrews, but it's fine. I'm not a geek about it. It's okay.
It's okay. We all like.
But all in all, did we enjoy this episode of Ted Lasso?
I did. I thought this one was really good. I like that they're starting all these plot points. You know, like it's showing. I just hope that. I mean, I guess they have to resolve it because it is the final, season and everything. But I'm excited about it.
I just hope that. See, now this is going to contradict what I say, but I just love this show. But I kind of want a spinoff of this show. Like, I need something from this world to continue. Because, 3 seasons is not enough for me.
I want to know why they're not continuing it. Like, who is it? Who is the issue here?
Well, Jason. I think they said it's this is all they wanted. They told everything that they wanted to tell. So, I guess it's this is all they got. I mean, we can figure something else out for another season.
There's always things going on. You can figure something out.
Just give me 2 more seasons. That's all I'm asking for.
But I liked it.
All in all, it was really good.
It was really good. I liked it. So let's move on to something more not as funny as Ted Lasso, I guess. It's not funny, but it's a good movie. One of my favorite movies, not the favorite movie, but second favorite movie. The greatest game ever played. And by the way, this is going to be a Shia LaBeouf type of show today. So greatest game ever played. And we're going to tell you the second movie later on. But so watching this movie, I'm watching it now. I'm conscious of you two while watching this, and I'm like, for some reason, I'm like, they're gonna fucking hate this movie. She just gonna struggle to. I was like, instantly, I'm like, I already know what she's gonna say. I struggled to watch this. It took me 3 days to watch it, an hour and a half movie. I was like, all right, well, I know that's gonna be said. Someone's gonna say it's not their speed, it's not what they're kind of into, but it's an okay movie, and then they're gonna give it a piss poor rating. So I'm just gonna let you guys rain on my parade first, and then I'll bring in the rear and just give it some more light. But
I love all the hope you have in us.
I have no hope in this movie with you guys. I just don't think I mean, I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't think this is your type of. It's not a deep film, but it's a deep movie. I like it, just the learning lessons and everything. I like it. But CJ, let's go ahead and get the dog bite out the way.
I mean, I would like to hear what Gabby has to say, to be quite honest.
I'll go first for once.
Yeah, I would love that.
Right.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me prepare myself. All right, go ahead.
You ready?
Yes.
As I said, I really enjoy, hearing what people's favorite movies are because it says a lot about them. And you described this movie so well. I love learning lessons. I love that you get to learn lessons. And I was like, when I was watching this movie, I was thinking of you because, this was one of your favorites. So I'm like, and I was like, this movie is Christian because it does teach you so many, it's this is a lesson, this is a lesson, this is a lesson, this is a lesson. And it was so funny. I was like, oh my gosh, I can see why he likes this movie now. But I will say, I did like watching this movie because it took me back to my childhood and all those, because I remember when this came out, and like I said, we went and rented it. And I remember renting it and coming back home and watching it. The Rookie, Miracle, all those movies.
Tell me about The Rookie.
I was like, this is taking me back to my childhood. So I did actually really like watching it. One, because I love Shia LaBeouf and seeing his little baby chubby face. I was like, love him. So it wasn't bad. It's not something I'd be like, oh yeah, let's watch this. But I mean, it's a good movie still. And it took me back to my childhood. And that's what I'm going to say.
Good. Because I'm letting y'all know my very favorite movie is The Legend of Bagger Vance. And it is another golf movie. And all these movies are my favorite movies before I ever started playing golf.
So much golf. Holy crap.
I like this movie before I even played golf ever. I like this when it first came out.
These movies enhance you to liking golf and playing
Probably,
golf.
Yeah.
It did, I guess, just because golf is just a patient game and there's so much to I think golf is the hardest sport ever. I think golf is the hardest sport ever. Yeah, I guess. But it just makes you deal with demons. Makes you deal with demons that are inside of you, especially in the Legend of Bagger Vance. And I think CJ, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I think you will really like the Legend of Bagger Vance with Matt Damon and Will Smith in it. I think you really will like it. But then again, I don't know, because CJ surprises me all the time. There'll be something I think he won't like, and then he'll end up liking it. And then there's something I think he will like, and he just, skid mark it all over and just be like, hey, don't ever bring that to me ever again. But, hey, I have faith in my brother. What do you rate it, Gabby, before we go to CJ? Oh, boy. I'm going to take my headphones off on this one.
Giving our scale from the last episode when I had to figure out what you thought was like actually trash and then what you thought was like a good level, I'm going to give this at least like a 5.8. You know, like it was good. It was wholesome, you know. Shia LaBeouf's little cute face. It was good. But it's not like I'm going to be like, I can't wait to watch this again kind of thing. But it was good. I enjoyed it. Listen, when I make you guys finally watch my favorite movie, I know y'all are going to trash it, and it's okay.
No, I'm not going to trash someone's favorite movie. I'm going to try to set myself into it. I'm not saying I'm not going to trash it. I want to sit and see why you like it and try to take in everything I think that you're going to like. Like I want to feel why you like it. I'm not going to trash it. No,
that's what I'm saying.
Never.
Like
even
watching
though musicals
this movie,
are not my
I got
thing,
it. I was like, I can see why Christian likes this movie.
It's one of my
not
favorites.
in a mean way. When I say it sounds mean, but I don't mean it in that way.
What a mean girl.
It's okay. Well, hold on. Actually, have you guys ever seen Lion? With Dev Patel.
I don't think so.
That is also one of my favorite movies, and it's not a golf movie, and it's actually a very deep story, and we'll get to that later. But CJ, the greatest game ever played.
Can I just interject real quick? I just want everyone out there to realize Christian's favorite movies are all very deep. And that explains a lot. Go on.
Okay, then. Well, CJ, you're up.
It makes so much sense, Christian. It does. It's a good thing. It's just like,
I don't know. You guys are laughing at us. So I don't know if it's a good thing or not.
Substance. That's a good word.
Yeah.
We ain't never reviewing one of my favorite movies ever again.
Oh, my God.
You ain't about to trash it. You ain't about to trash this.
I don't think we said anything negative.
No, I'm just joking. Like, no, But she always has to reiterate, I'm not trashing it, but
that's because when I say things, it comes up like I don't know if it's the tone of my voice or how I say things, but it just can come off so rude sometimes. So I feel like I have to be like, I'm not actually being mean. Like I'm just
disclaimer.
Yeah, literally, I need one personally just for me. It's fine.
But all right, CJ, the greatest game ever played.
All right.
What are your thoughts?
The greatest game ever played.
Are you reading a script?
Sorry.
Oh my God. He is about to shovel. He's about to kill it and dig the grave itself.
Relax.
I feel it.
Relax. That's crazy. The faith that I get on this show is crazy. So I'm going to agree with Christian in one part. At first, this movie started off like, okay, what the hell is this?
Yes.
I was like, who are these Abraham Lincoln head-ass motherfuckers on the screen? Right? So, like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this little kid is Shia LaBeouf.
I thought so, too.
But it wasn't. So, I was like, okay, cool. So, like, I don't know if Shia LaBeouf is actually French or is he American?
I think his parents are either from Ireland or France. I think he's.
Wait, didn't they say his mom was from France or something? Because when he was going into the interview with those guys, they're like, "We can forgive you for that."
But his last name is We Met. You know how they say we, like, and it's like OUI. It's spelled like that. We met. So it has to be French, and his dad and mom have an accent, so for sure.
But
I
they
think they're
played at
from
the
there.
U.S. Open.
But he's born in the U.S.
Okay, so he's
Like his
not
parents
French.
came over. His
Copy.
parents are French, but he
All
was
right, he's
born
not
in
really
America.
French. Got it.
All right, you're gonna do a lot of controversy on this show when people watch this. I'm out of here. I'm out of it.
So it kind of starts off kind of crazy. His dad is wild. His dad reminded me of like a animated father who's just like grumpy with that mustache. Like that mustache. It reminds me of Sam Elliott. He's like a poor man Sam Elliott.
Okay.
And so obviously I love Shia LaBeouf. Like he is greatness. Like, personified. I think he does a good job. I think obviously it's a Disney movie, so it's like, it's very Disney. He gets teared down. Like, you get an opportunity to play in a US Open and he fails. And his dad is like, I knew you was not gonna fail. Get you a real job, you fucking bozo. And so obviously he was fighting with his dad, and then he gets an opportunity to do it. You see, you're an amateur. You're an amateur. You're going to play here. You're going to play and you win. What do you get then? Nothing. These guys are pros. You're an amateur. You're not even a real gentleman. And so he's getting it from both sides. His father, these rich people. And so, like, he's kind of against the odds. Obviously, then he got the love interest, of course, like a girl. You never realize, here's something else. Here's a side note. Do you feel like Disney has, or media in general, movies, has conditioned us to be really creepy towards the people that we like and just stare and borderline stalk the people that we're interested in like? You know what I mean? Have you ever noticed that? Because Shawty was out here real life stalking dude. Was trying to find him. He was busy, obviously, trying to do grown man
She
things.
liked him.
So it's okay to stalk people? See, this is exactly the behavior I'm talking about.
So
See,
I
think these movies are conditioning us to be. Look, this is the Joe.
Stalk him.
This is the you from Joe type era. We're showing this on TV, and people are like, "Whoa!" So then it's becoming like subconsciously, like, this is what I need to do to get you, my dog.
I know, because you got to think of the time era of what's going on. He laid an impression on her that because remember when he asked her, or she asked him, or whichever happened, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to the college. And he was like, oh, I'm taking a year off to
look at his
lay out my options or whatever. She never heard that. She was like, oh wow, that's so wise. And you see like the one creepy dude that was all over her that he tried to hide from.
I think that's her brother.
No, remember she was like, "Hey, can you dance with me?"
Movie, so.
She was like, "Hey, can you dance with me? Because this guy, I promised him one dance, but now he's like creepy." And remember, like he was talking to her, and then he was like staring at her.
Exactly. Again, going back to my point, these movies are conditioning people. What's a way I can try to get a court a mate? Stare and be creepy, and eventually she will come to her senses, and I got her.
Like, I get it. It was for the dramatic effect, like back, like when they start making movies, it is. But now that we do have like the whole show, it's like, okay, maybe that is.
And you got to think about this too. You can easily if you think about this, if you just continuously to stalk your crush, but just be there, you're going to show something that she hasn't seen by no other guy. He's always there for me. Even though, like, it's kind of creepy, but now it's kind of cute. Because there is a difference between something being super creepy and super cute. But it's the same action. It is how it's perceived, right? So you can, quote-unquote, stalk. You can make the initiative of stalking her Instagram page, liking 5 pictures, and then DMing her after you've been really looking at her for like 6 months straight, seeing all the bikini pictures, all the pictures with her friends, out drinking, all that. So you know exactly what she likes to do, her favorite drink, what she likes to wear, or what she likes to flex. So you can use all that ammunition. In the end, when you finally work up enough courage to slide into her DMs or not, or possibly run into her, it's all because of the movies we watch.
Dang.
But I've been saying that with Disney movies all the time. Not like that specific point.
Exactly.
But...
And this is your favorite movie. That's a Disney movie. So you're, again.
Not what I meant. But
into my theory.
Anyways.
But anyways, I digress. There was a thought I was thinking about too today. I don't know why that thought popped up into my head. So anyways, we're all, like, think about this, you think about Nickelodeon, right? What does Nickelodeon stand for? Feet fetish people, right? So think about all the fetishes that these kids shows really engraved into kids at a young age when they didn't even realize it.
Oh, I've been thinking about this a lot lately too. I'm not gonna lie, but more so about like myself. And I'm like, why would people be surprised about how I like turned out when I used to watch all this stuff growing up? I was like, dang. How can you be surprised?
How can you be surprised that Gabby has a foot fetish? Because, Dan Schneider was out here fetishizing children, okay, in the craziest of manners. And it's really not her fault, okay? It was the media that we were exposed to. And then if you really want to go full circle, it's because our parents were too lazy to keep us stimulated, so they told us just shut up and go watch TV. This thing goes deep.
Jeez. You need to take a breath under that one.
Whew. Yeah.
Dang.
I hope you followed that train of logic there, but we can dive into that when we can do a conspiracy theory episode. I would love that.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I love that.
But anyways, the world's greatest game. How did I get here? So obviously you got it was a very Disney movie. It was good. It was fine. Shia LaBeouf is great. I thought that the use of special effects in this movie was actually pretty cool. Pretty good.
It was crazy. I will say that.
I did like that, especially for a movie in 2005. Like, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the special effects. I think that kind of gave it a little oof to this movie because of just like the look of like seeing the hole from where he was at, visualizing it.
And like they were different.
Right.
Too. Like they didn't seize it in his brain and how this guy sees it in his. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, Wait, is that just me? Did I only see that?
No.
Oh,
okay.
You're good.
You guys were staring at me like I was crazy.
You like freezed up a little bit and then you came back.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It wasn't that important anyways.
No, it was very important. But I do say this. The special effects are great. Shia LaBeouf was great. But and the Abraham Lincoln head-ass motherfuckers, they were funny. But the greatest part about this movie.
I already know what you're going to say.
Was the ending. I'm just kidding. I kid. It was Eddie. Eddie was the GOAT.
I knew you were going to say that.
I mean, instilling that confidence as a young kid and just, hey, man, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And I loved him. He was spunky. Would you say you didn't want to be your caddy? I was like,
he said, I can carry that bag. I was
she said, hey, can you give him this pen? He's like, dames.
He's so cute.
Oh,
I did
man.
enjoy it.
You know, he became a multi-millionaire. Like, he became a multi-millionaire in real life. Like, that's
yeah, I saw that at the end. I read the thing. I was like, wow, good for him.
Did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's
you think about that $1 million he made back then? That shit's probably worth at least a billion.
Oh yeah,
especially with inflation.
100%.
But yeah, I think Eddie really made it. The special effects was really cool. Like once we got to like the golf and like once he got competitive, it was really cool. It was some cool moments.
yeah.
Overall, this movie was a solid, good movie, feel good movie. And would you rate it, Gabby?
Oh crap.
5.8, I believe.
Ditto. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was like crazy. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
I've seen worse, like The Greatest Beer Run Ever.
The greatest. Well, we got back-to-back greatest, right?
Yeah, greatest,
yeah. But you know who the greatest Gabby of all time is?
Oh. The one from Shrinking? No, I'm just kidding.
I wasn't going to say it.
I was waiting for somebody.
1A, 1B, to be honest, yeah.
Listen, I'll take it. She's pretty great.
She's great. She also in another movie, The Tales of Keandra James or something like that. You got to watch it. You should watch it. Because also have Lakeith Lakefield in it, too. So two goats for sure. But yeah, Christian, tell us or defend your movie.
I'm not going to defend it. I understand
Or
my
how do you
taste in
feel
movies.
about our ratings? Then how do you feel about our takeaways?
Like I said before, like before we started talking about it, like watching this, like I know why I like it, and I understand you two aren't going to like it for the reasons that I like it, and I understand certain movies that I pick out. You guys like, there's a reason why I like certain movies, there's a reason why you like certain movies, there's a reason why she likes certain movies, and just because I like it doesn't mean that you guys are going to like it for the same aspect. I mean, then that's fine. Like it doesn't. I don't know. Like your ratings don't bother me because it's like it's still going to be like I'm still gonna get a poster of it. Still gonna be one of my favorite movies to watch. It's like that movie's like one of my like feel good movies. Like that's just me. So that's not gonna bother me what y'all rated because y'all not gonna take anything away from it because the way it made me feel when I first watched it, y'all weren't there. And I'm not saying like y'all should be, but it's like y'all weren't there. So it's
was
like,
there with you.
Y'all can't take any. You can't. Y'all can't take it. Y'all can't take that with me. We're all the dogs when you needed help. You know what I'm saying? Lawyers in the commentary and go pay themselves. You know.
Wait. I want to know, why do you like this movie? Because you were like, you guys are not. Or whatever.
I liked it because, and this is, I guess, this is gonna get deep, but
let's get deep.
You know.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
let's
CJ
learn.
knows I ran cross country in high school. Like, yeah, that was my thing. And being the only African American really on the team, besides Theo, like when he came like our senior year, like I was mostly the like only African American.
Was Theo there only our senior year?
No, I'm saying he was only on the team, like cross country team.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, he was in middle school with us, bro.
That's what I was like. That didn't sound right. That's what I was like. That don't sound right.
No. I think he joined like our junior or senior year, but from that on, and like Juwan was there, but Juwan was like going through up and down, like he was going through things. But it was like I was like the only black guy on the team. And so I felt like a connection with Shia LaBeouf's character, like not feeling like he belonged, but you know, you could still be great at it and not feel like not be from the same background of these other people who've been doing it longer. Put the time and effort in, work on it, you'll be great. So that's kind of how I like felt with it. And then also, because I mean, I didn't watch it when it first came out in 2005. I watched this movie maybe like in 10 maybe. And so like that's kind of connection I have with it. And that,
when it came out the Disney Vault.
I guess.
Anyway, sorry.
What? Sorry. I'm like, what?
Because you know, like Disney was like, oh yeah, like it's going away in our Disney Vault for another 3 years.
You don't remember that when it was like the golden vaults that they'd open up and then they're like, ooh.
You gotta watch it tonight at 8 o'clock. Here's your last chance to watch it. Boom, I gotta be home by 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Get the VHS tape, record it. Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I kind of like it. I don't know, I just like the aspect of you can be who you want, put the time effort in, you know, doesn't matter who's watching. Like that's the thing. Like, don't ask for this moment and then you're not ready for it because eyes are on you. Ask for the moment because you're ready. Don't ask for it because you want eyes on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of lesson I learned from it. So that's why I like it. And Shia LaBeouf, it was cool. I think it was one of the first things I saw him in from Even Stevens. Like,
was Holes
like
before this? I thought Holes was before this.
I looked it up because I was like, was this his first movie? But no, Holes was before this one.
But it was like he was like a funny character. You know what I'm saying? Like he was funny. Like it was like that whole movie was just funny. And like this one was like more. So that's the kind of thing I was just looking at it. I guess, yeah. But yeah, those are the reasons why I liked it, like this movie. And I also, you know, when we talked about the Peanut Butter Falcon thing, you know, what movies we're going to review and stuff, it was like, okay, this is going to work perfectly because now we get to see a young Shia LaBeouf to an older Shia LaBeouf, and we could compare the two, see how he progressed as an actor, like from that time, from 2005 till you know now to 2019 from the film. But yeah, that's the reason why I like it. And like I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me with y'all's rating it because like you're not gonna get the same first impression that I had. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys probably watched. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But yeah, I give this movie like a 7.7. Like it's a good movie. Like I like it. I just like it for the, you know,
sentimental value that it provided for you in your life, that molded you into the strong young Black African American that you are today that loves golf.
Hey, I'm with it. Eastside.
But one last thing,
Golf,
though.
Eastside Golf. If you're watching this, please sponsor your boy. I would love to be with. Do you know what Eastside Golf is?
Not at all.
Oh man,
But
for
shout out
real.
to
They're really
Golf.
gonna want to sponsor us.
Hey, shout out
Dude,
Top Golf,
man.
though. I know that one.
I can't
I've never
remember.
done that either.
Oh man. Dude,
But
gotta
I
look it
do
up
like
for you,
at the end, though, when they were giving all this man his money, he was just like, here. And he had that moment with his dad.
I did get a little misty. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
Well, pass the hat around for Eddie. For
I
Eddie.
know.
That's why he was really a millionaire. He got his first million during the damn U.S. Open. Oh, they're funny. He's like, damn, like you could have. I would have took me at least a couple dollars. You know what I mean? Like, he was a businessman, but that was a smart business right there, not taking no money from these people. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah,
It
I
was.
like it.
And I like hearing
speaking-
why you like it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like that's
for
why I'm
sure.
like, well, a lot of people's favorite movies say a lot about them.
It really does. It really says a lot.
Um,
Whether it's positive or negative, it says a lot.
True.
Let's go to the main event, shall we? Because this movie right
I'm
here.
going to talk about this one first. I'm going to talk
Go
about
for
this
it.
one first.
You got it. It's yours.
So CJ, kind of before we even brought the idea of Whattadud, he told me to watch this movie, and I never got around to do it. So the movie is obviously Peanut Butter Falcon. So this movie, I loved it, but I was more angry at myself that I didn't watch it if it was in theaters.
Same.
That's what I was more angry at, because I would have given my money to this theater. If they did bring it out in theaters, I would have given my money to this movie
Same.
2 or 3 times. I would have given it to them.
Dollars.
And I think
dollars.
that is what bothered me the most about this film. I wish I was there.
I agree.
But this movie really, I feel like if you don't look at the world differently after this movie, or look at some incident in your life differently from either how you spoke to someone or treated someone, you're not human. You're just not human. So Zach, Shia LaBeouf, and what really bothered me too, girl, what's her name? Beth? What's her name in the movie?
Let me see.
Because girl was from 50 Shades of Grey. And I said, ain't no way.
Oh, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Huh?
Was it both?
Name? She was in
You said
50
what?
Shades of Grey.
But she wasn't
Yeah,
the girl
she
from
was.
Get Out, was she?
No.
We can see right now.
I
I
don't
thought
think
she was
so.
also in Get Out. I swear that's why I registered her face. But I guess it's a different girl who looks the same.
I think they just look alike.
There's some yeah, I guess she is.
Because
What's
like
her name?
her and Rachel McAdams also kind of look the same to me.
Dakota Johnson.
That's right.
Damn,
In
she
the
wasn't
movie, her
in-
name is Dakota. Or in her real life, her name is Dakota.
In real life,
Yes.
her name's Dakota.
Okay. But
Yeah,
yeah,
what
this,
was her
like,
name?
it was weird seeing, like, her in this, and I was like, wow, okay. Peanut Butter Falcon.
Eleanor was her name in the movie.
Eleanor. I was like,
Eleanor.
I knew it was something
Eleanor.
not just short like Beth.
So, watching this movie, as soon as I watched the first scene, I texted CJ. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good one. You know, because when he, like, tries to run away, you know, he gives the lady the pudding cup. He got smacked, y'all. Say, yo.
It puts you there quick. Like, you're like,
Right.
oh.
Freedom. Got knocked. I said, dang, that's crazy.
He was running
But
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this film definitely has a lot of pick me up, and it also has a lot of moments where I can feel that Shia LaBeouf in this film wasn't prepared to play this role. Like, he usually goes into, he goes into roles knowing what to expect. And I think, so actually it was kind of weird, is the guy that plays Zach, his real name is Zach, like in real life.
Yeah,
So
easy enough.
So it was interesting. I could kind of feel that Shia LaBeouf was just going with the flow in this film instead of being prepared, knowing everything that was going to happen in this film. And you can see him soften up a little bit during the film, and you also have some funny moments, like what's rule number 1? He's like, party. No, that's not rule number 1.
Don't slow me down. Actually, he had 2 rule number 1s. It was
he said number 1. He said number 1, don't slow me down. Number 2, I'm in charge.
When I think he said 1 was I'm in charge, and then no, he said don't slow me down. Like it was like, but he said it like he stopped between. Yeah, but. No, I feel you.
I like party better anyway. So.
But this movie, man, it definitely, if it doesn't change you at any point in time, like you're just not human. You don't have a heart. You don't have sympathy or empathy, not even sympathy, empathy for people around you. You know what I'm saying? And I wrote it down. Hold on. The biggest thing about this film that I loved the most is towards Zach, the film didn't pander him and it didn't talk down to him at all. He was always the focal point, and you kind of saw both sides where people would either talk down to him, the people would, but the film wouldn't, if that makes sense. And you would see how Shia LaBeouf would character Tyler, by the way, he would elevate Zach and he never put his problems on Zach. And he never poked the bear or pointed the fingers at Zach for anything. And he didn't hold him back. Like that one scene, like, he was like, don't call him retarded. And she's like, I would never say that. You're not saying it, but you're treating him like he is. Like he can't do, And then she tells him to put his head back in the water. I was like, okay, she can't really care about this guy that much if she over here telling him to put his head back in the water. But yeah, I just love that this film didn't really talk down to him. And that was like my biggest fear of this thing. I didn't want this film to be like, oh, poor people with Down syndrome. Oh, poor, they can't do this. Oh, poor, da. I was hoping that it never touched that point, and it never did. Characters did, but the film never did. And so I'm going to give this movie, honestly, a 9.1. Just from the scenery. It reminded me of Charleston so much, man. Like the Low Country, like insane. Tyler's, his anger, things that he was bottled up. And I always call him Frank Castle from The Punisher, because like his brother, his so-called brother, like not so-called, but the brother. Him and I wish they would have had him acting it a little bit too, but it's okay. But Tyler's just pureness and understanding. And when he saw Zach, he just saw Zach. And even to the point where Zach was like, I am a Down syndrome person. And he was like, oh, okay. Oh, all right. Like, what? Was there a follow-up here?
He's like, what I got to do with me?
Yeah. And it was so good. But yeah, man, that was my biggest thing, man. The film didn't talk down to Zach at all. And I love that. And it's hard to do that in certain films when you have certain people to play certain roles and you try not to talk down to them. A lot of films fail at that, but this one, I think everyone in the world needs to see this film. And that's just me. And I give it a 9.1. That's my rating. Do as you wish.
Well, okay. So I am also very angry that it took me this long to watch this movie. Because I remember when it came out and being like, oh, that looks like it would be pretty okay. Like, it was like one of those, I'm like, okay, I'd watch it, Right. And then I just never, and then everybody was talking about how good it was. And I was like, okay, yeah, I need to watch it. And I just never got around to it until now. And I'm like the exact same thing. I was sitting there and I was like, how has it taken me this long to watch this movie? Because it was so good. And I actually watched this one before I watched The Greatest Game Ever, and I kind of wish I had done it reverse but just because of how good of an actor he really has become. Like seeing him being the little baby, like he was good, whatever. But like this movie, I feel like he is just grown into such a good actor because like, just the beginning of the movie where he's like all grizzled, and like, grumpy and just angry all the time, into the end of the movie where he's just like this soft, like caring person, and it was so good. Yeah. Yeah, let's be honest. Who cried? Me. No surprise there, but it's fine. But it was such a good movie. I really enjoyed it. And like, I also have to say the accents in this way better than the Greatest Rerun ever. They were hilarious. I loved them. When the blind guy came out, I was like, man, this guy can talk to me all day long.
You gone for your man? You gone for your man?
When Eleanor comes to his door, have you seen this boy?
I haven't
seen nobody.
And then he says, come inside, let's talk about Jesus. I was like, oh man, I know so many people like that. It felt like I was watching, like literally that felt like home. Like I was watching this, I was like, all these accents, I was like, this is home right now. I love this. And even the way Shia LaBeouf looked, I was like, oh, he looks good in this. And I was like, Gabby, you can go down to the gas station and find about 17 guys that look exactly like that. And you'd be like, ugh. But just because it's Shia LaBeouf, you're like, wow, he's handsome, isn't he? No. And the accent, I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, no, if you look like that, don't hit on me because it will not go well. like, unless you're Shia LaBeouf, you know. But I digress. I really did enjoy this movie, and it was very uplifting, like to watch it, and I was like, this is an actual feel good movie, you know, where you do kind of want to change your perspective and like, you know, be a better person, I guess.
I guess
not that I'm going to, but you know, that's fine.
I have one more thing to say, but
go for it.
What was your rating for this movie? I'll say it before you speak on it.
Who, me?
Wait, me?
Before CJ, I say after Gabby speaks. She gives us her rating and everything, or she has more to say about the film too.
No, I was just confused by what you were saying. So you want me to give my rating?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say something, and okay.
Oh no, I'll say it after you.
I would give this like a solid, I'm gonna say 8.6.
Okay.
Because it's really good. It's really good.
Okay, I like it.
Honestly, it probably deserves higher than that, but I got nervous.
It's not too late to change your score.
It's not too late.
It's too late now. It's already out there.
One thing I forgot to say was I was talking about Shia LaBeouf so much. Zach did a great job acting in this movie as well.
Yes, he did.
And every time he spoke, you just wanted to hear what he was going to say because it was either real or it was funny. And one character that I loved the most,
real funny.
The one character that I really liked the most was his roommate.
Guy.
He was hilarious.
He was good.
He's like, you got to put it all
using
over
his cane to.
Yeah. And Eleanor walks in and is like, what happened? He's like, he's strong.
He just did.
He was hilarious, man. I really liked him a lot. I wish they had more of him in the movie, but I get it. It's only about those three, but
honestly, all the characters were fun. Like you were saying, even just the side characters, I was like, they're just good. They were good. Even the guy at the grocery store, or not the grocery store, like gas station or whatever, that old man, he was hilarious too. I was this guy's so
bro.
funny.
He scammed him, bro.
Yeah,
he scammed him.
He's like, you make it yourself, and he's like,
what is this?
I think
you did.
Shia LaBeouf stole from that man. And that man
never he definitely didn't pay.
He stole from him, didn't give him no
That's
money.
why he liked that. They're Bonnie and Clyde. That's the real understory of this. They're really Bonnie and Clyde. They started small with these little gas stations out in Hickville, nowhere. You know what I mean?
For sure. But yeah, I think Zach did an awesome job from when we first meet him to which is really funny, but I really don't think this has really happened in real life. When he got the shotgun and he shot and flew back on the railroad tracks.
Oh, that was hilarious. She's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, like.
And talking about the handshake, it only happens when something special happens, you know, like, and that was cool, you know, that just them building up. Zach did an amazing job, amazing job, and I
did love
definitely
like
have to give him his credit.
I was giving like when I saw that when I was rewatching this, it gave me vibes of like The Last of Us because like I was like, oh look, like he's Tyler showing Zach way sooner how to use a gun than
Right.
What is it? Ellie and Joel teaches man teach her to like the very end when shit already got real, you know. But anyway, but yeah, the Peanut Butter Falcon. I think this movie hit me in so many ways because of so many things that I do enjoy. Obviously, Shia LaBeouf is one of those. Wrestling is also another. And it kind of blended those really great. Zach, I mean, like I thought it was just awesome how, you know, you see a character who does have Down syndrome, who is a star, and he was doing it. Like I think it's kind of one of those things where you kind of feel like, okay, how are they? Are they going to like baby him? Are they going to like treat him a certain way? But no, like it was very real, and the realism of this movie, was probably why I loved it so much because of like, you know, like Tyler has his, like we all got our own shit, right? And that was kind of like one of the things,
right.
like, and you know, and Tyler didn't want to put his own shit on anybody else, and so he's built that toughness, that thick skin, and he wanted to rub that off on Zach, like understanding, like, hey, like life is tough, but we're going to be tougher, and we're going to keep grinding. We're going to teach you basics how to do what you got to do. Like Zach starting out just slipping out to get out of the retirement home, which we didn't talk about how sad it was. The fact that his family fucking left him, didn't want him anymore, and so he has no family, and the state just stuck him in a retirement home. Like that's so fucked. Because it just like also it's like what you can't really do anything, and obviously with someone who has special needs, you do need a special type of attention to be taken care of, and that's just like unfortunate, right? That's kind of how we look at people, unfortunately, who do have like special needs. Like, oh, you have to have this special care or coddling, and I think this movie does a great job of breaking that. It's like, no, like he can be tough. He can go through these real life lessons. Like all he wants was a family, right? And that was kind of like the story that he kind of learned. Like he had to go through, like he wanted to experience stuff. He wanted to go do wrestling, be a wrestler, and like the buildup of obviously Shia, burning shit down and being a rebel and hiding from these people who are trying to beat his ass. But it's like getting to that wrestling camp, right? And that's Zach's story, and they teach him how to wrestle, and he gets his match, and he lifts up, Jake the Snake Roberts, who's a legendary wrestler, and he throws him because they set this up so perfectly because it's like, you are strong. The way you lift me out of that water, like you almost tore my arm socket out, and to show that like you do have a strength, like stronger than it, because so many people tell you you're not strong, you're weak, like you need somebody, like you can't do this on your own, and they show, like, even when you get beat down, like, show society how people will treat you because you are different. They're going to try to beat you down. They're going to try to hold you down. But then it shows with Zach lifting up all those people, in theory, like the burdens, and throwing it away, showing like you're stronger than you see and you're a superstar. I just loved it. And I thought the ending was great. And obviously you can't truly have a fully happy ending. Like you can't truly run away from all your problems, but they were able to make it to Florida, and because you couldn't think, like, did he die? Like, did he kill him? But he wakes up with that, like, a mean shiner on his eye. But it was just great because now Zach and Tyler and Eleanor, they're a family, and so like, it's great. Like, Eleanor hated, like, she loved her job, but she also hated the politics, like,
management
of it.
And whatever.
Right. And so, like, but she obviously had, she cared for these people, right? But it is I don't want to say depressing, but it's draining. Of like, see, like you work a job there where you have to care for people until they die. Like you literally are supposed to be that person to help them until they pass over, and it's just like that can weigh a lot on you. And it's like, because then it's like, what am I doing with my life before I get to this point? And so it's a lot of little stories, a lot of like really meaningful things in this movie that really kind of resonated with me. And I was like, wow, like when I first watched it, I was just like I had to take a deep breath from it, because it's like you start really examining all the things that this movie touched, and it was great. And I thought it was I don't want to say masterpiece, but I really enjoyed this movie, and it meant something to me. And so yeah, this is like easily a 9.3 for me.
Oh yes, and I will say the cinematography in this film as well.
Oh, beautifully shot.
It was insane. Was insane.
Oh yeah, and also the reason why I love this, and I love Shia LaBeouf, and I love Tyler's character, because he represents fuck them kids. Because when he went up there and punched the fuck out little bro, that was great.
Oh my gosh, when I was here by myself watching this movie, and I literally out loud, I had my screen door open, and I said, "Fuck them kids," and I was like, well, I probably should close.
Kids outside looking like stop.
Yeah, well the kids out here are annoying anyway, so if they heard it, I wouldn't be too mad about it. You know, that's fine. But I was like, yes.
Like he could easily just like bypass them too and just like jump in, but he's like, nah, like I gotta get
punch the whole kid in the face.
Yeah.
But then that kid still didn't snitch on him.
Oh no, he didn't, cuz he took his whooping like a champ. He did.
Mm-hmm. That's a lesson to you kids.
Yeah. Children.
Yeah, man. The peanut butter falcon, like, and that was Zach. He is the peanut butter falcon when he comes out at the end in his cardboard suit. Like, that was just so cool, and I mean, it was just such a heartwarming movie, and it's like one of those movies that I think I could easily watch again and just go through that experience, because it's like it's lighthearted enough, you know, to where it's like I can watch it, and I truly do enjoy this. It was great. This was really great.
I definitely want to watch it again just to like pick up more of what I didn't the first time. You know? Like, because the first time I'm just like, this movie is so good. How did I not? So like you're talking about all these deep things and I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I not think it? You know, but it's because you got to see it a couple of times before it really.
Yeah.
I was just more mad at myself. I was like, dang, this is a good.
Hey, but you're here now. You could have never ever
Look at me
this.
now. I know, right? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Look at me now.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids indeed. But like overall, Shia LaBeouf, I think Shia LaBeouf doesn't get as much credit as he deserves for his acting ability. And I get it. Like, some people see quote unquote crazy or a lot of madness around someone or things that they do, a lot of their antics. I can get why you can put you off. Like if it's something that you don't understand what he's doing or like the struggles that he's having, because there's also another really, really good movie that he has that's out. It's called, oh no, wait, why am I blanking on his name? Hold on, I'm gonna find it real quick. Because it's like, this is a really deep movie for him. Honey Boy, which came out around the same time. And this movie is about him and his dad, the relationship with his dad.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And it's, because I watch these movies like kind of like, because they both came out 2019, so they kind of like really like masterpieces. And he really had a hand. I think he wrote this. And so he wrote this when he was, I want to say when he was in rehab. And so like, it was just a lot of like, you could feel just like how he felt growing up, being that silly, jokey kid, you know what I mean? Like, and being a child actor and like how that, you know, shakes you out. And it was emotional. And like, you know, in Shia, when he finally can like write from the heart and he has so much passion behind it, it's a beautiful thing. And I kind of just had this realization when we was talking just now, is that like, I kind of associate Jonah Hill and Shia LaBeouf together, because if you kind of look at them, they both were these young, like like kid actors. Like, I mean, Jonah wasn't super young, but he was like young. Like, he was like a child, but he was a kid still. And now, like, what I mean? But like, obviously, Jonah Hill has had an amazing acting career, but he started off doing like Super Bad and
Right.
Pineapple Express, like all these dumb movies. But then he's kind of evolved into be able to do more, and he's been like really deeper movies, and he's writing his movies, and he has this. He just did a movie about him and his therapist. He did it's kind of like a documentary type movie vibe, like where he just kind of talks with his therapist and his spotlight his therapist who really helped him grow and mature and to like really go through a lot of things he had to deal with. And then obviously the movie with him and Eddie Murphy that came out, I forget the name of it.
Oh, we watched it.
Is it
You People? Yeah, You People.
And so like I think he like writes that like with him and Kenny and Barris. So it's like, and it's really dope. It's a dope movie. You can see his influence. He's written a lot of movies that are like really dope. And like I just see these guys who like once they're able to express themselves after fighting their demons, like you see this triumphant, like beautiful art that they're putting out, and it's inspiring to me. And I appreciate both of those guys because it is tough, like growing up in the business, and like business can really corrupt you and mess you up for life because you see a lot of kids who do it for a little bit and stop, never want to act again. But then it's like when you get to such a high level of fame in the business, like it's like, oh, like you're expected to do this and then so that you kind of get in these rooms where it gets a little weird, a little funny, and it's just it can really mess up with the kid. Scorch, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, but like it can really disassociate you to what real life is because you're always handed something and you always have this perfect, it's quote unquote like silver spoon type life in a way. Like everyone loves you, everyone wants to use you, and it's just it's an interesting life to have, especially growing up with it. So,
yep.
All right. Do you have another Shia LaBeouf movie? Like, or no. Gabby, you're up next week. What movie do you want us to watch?
Wait, we're gonna just say it right here? I thought it was gonna be a surprise.
Okay,
well, you can't just have. We gotta make them come back so that they, can't just say it right now.
Okay. Well, thank you, listeners, for tuning into another episode of Whattadud. Check us out on TikTok at Whattadud. Check us out on all podcast platforms at Whattadud. Also, check us out on Twitter. Let us know some movies that you want us to review or TV shows that you think we should watch. You can find us on there at Whattadud Pod. Thank you, CJ and Gabby, for your lovely inputs on the greatest game ever played. And I appreciate
it's like the fifth. CJ. If you're really talking, it's really like the fifth greatest game ever played. But like, for the movie thing, it's all right.
Oh Jesus! And thank you, CJ, for recommending Peanut Butter Falcon. Definitely a movie that I will recommend.
Honey
to other
Boy.
people.
If you're looking for another Shia LaBeouf movie, Honey Boy is very worth the watch. It's on Amazon Prime.
All right. Does anyone have anything else to say before I sign us out?
Fuck them kids.
Ooh, I like that. Fuck them kids.
Oh, brother. All right. So
don't mess with the Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yes, sir. All right. Dad joke here. All right. We're gonna end it on the dad joke. Did you guys hear the story about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Huh?
No.
It was a great start for the weekend. No.
All right, we're going to end this with Shia LaBeouf. Here we go.
Oh my God, dude. This.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream of success while you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.